Hey everyone, welcome. This episode is brought to you by our Equip, Empower, Elevate newsletter. Each month in our newsletter, you will find stories, thought provoking questions, and more to empower and inspire you to live life fully. If you would like to receive our monthly newsletter, go to our website becomingfierceentrepreneurs.com. All right, grab your paper and pencil, and I'll be right back. And thank you for tuning in today. Our mission is to equip and empower you to dig in and soar higher, doing the things that you love. So get ready to live life fully. Hey everyone, it's your girl Joy, your passionate gold miner, and welcome to another episode of Living. This is episode 36, promoting your online business and establishing yourself as a brand leader. And in a few moments, I'm going to be talking to Dianne Shelton. So most of you know me, but for those of you who do not know me, my name is Joy Norman, and I help success-driven women entrepreneurs get past their fears and procrastination, move forward, take action, and build a profitable and sustainable business without wasting time on strategies that just don't work. Even if you have been struggling to grow your business for years and haven't seen much fruit. Also, I am the CEO and founder of the organization and movement Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs. And I am also the host of this Living YouTube podcast show, which is a show all about informing and inspiring women entrepreneurs to grow their business. All right, I hope you enjoy my conversation with Dianne. Oh, I think she's here. Hi, Dianne. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I am so excited to talk to you today. And our topic is promoting your online business and establishing yourself as a brand leader.
Yes, really important topic.
Yes. And we are twinning today. I love that you got the memo and you're wearing orange.
We didn't pre-coordinate this ahead of time. We just synced up. I love it.
I do too. Great minds think alike.
Exactly. I love it too.
Oh man. Are you ready to dive in?
Of course, ready whenever you are.
All right. Well, let's start with you briefly introduce yourself.
Thank you. So my name is Diane Shelton. I'm the founder of Passion Breakthrough, and I'm a business coach and also an offer strategist for multi-passionate women. So what that means is that I am a multi-passionate and I have ADHD brain. So I just want to do everything all the time. And so I help all of these women to kind of organize their thought to make sure that they are getting their offers out there, selling with ease, and not getting distracted with another shiny object, and making traction, making more sales, and having more fun.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is going to be good. So, Dianne, we hear these statements all the time. No one is perfect. Everyone has faults, no matter how successful or unsuccessful they may be. And we hear done is better than perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think entrepreneurs feel uncomfortable promoting themselves? And then why do you think women feel awkward pitching themselves?
You know, I want to start with a question, because I think it's important for us to take a step back and really understand what is the definition of done, right? Like if you really think about it, it's like it's never done. So if you think about it that way, we're all imperfect human beings. it's okay to go out there and start getting more visible, because it takes practice, right? Like me and Joy didn't do this off of like being super perfect. This is not going to come out as super perfect either, but we're getting out there because we have a message. We want to help serve more people. And I think as women specifically, we are givers by nature, right? Like, especially moms, we want to provide more value for more people. We want to help. And in exchange, most of the time, if you have kids, you're good if they say thank you, but most of the time they forget to say thank you. So in return, when you become an entrepreneur, you don't want to ask for something in return. You just want to keep giving. So that is what I feel is, it breaks my heart really, because as women, we have so much value to give, and yet we put ourselves back because we don't feel like we're worth it to receive all that love, all that stuff that people are like, okay, I'm seeing so much value. Money is just an exchange of energy to show appreciation for your genius. So you just need to step into the spotlight, you guys, and really appreciate yourself first.
Oh, that is so good. I love that.
Thank you. It's one of the things that's just like breaks my heart. It's just like, give it a shot, give it a try, because it's all about experimenting and having more fun.
Yes, and I love what you said, because we are nurturers.
Yes.
And we're so used to being the ones giving. And it's hard to receive.
Yes.
It's hard to receive. So what I say, ladies, is don't waste your time trying to cover up your faults. Don't try to make it be done. Because I love that you're right. It's never going to be done with all this new technology and everything going on. I'm constantly learning. And so you're right. You just have to put yourself out there. You have to try. You have to just do it. And there's a quote that I like that says, there is no greater sign of confidence than self-acceptance.
Yep. And you have to keep accepting yourself, keep waking up the next day and do it all over again until it becomes more and more natural.
Yeah, it gets better. Trust me.
For sure.
Just tell your story, yes. And I think that's the other thing too, is we're fearful of what people are going to think. That
never goes away. You just, I call it as like my inner critic voice, my inner, BITCH voice versus my inner child voice. And the two are always in conflict. It's like my inner child is like, just go out there and play and have fun. And then, like the negative Nancy is just like, you're not good enough. You're going to fail. And it's just like, okay, I hear you. Thank you for the warning, but I'm just going to go and have fun. Just going to show up and just do what I feel like. I'm going to stumble and fall. I'm going to get back up and brush it off and keep going.
Yeah. I love you said negative Nancy. I've given mine a name too. Her name is Missy.
Nice.
Go away. Go away.
Missy.
So can you speak just a little bit more to why self-promotion is not selfish?
It's the opposite. And I still am learning about this for myself. I think it's a continual evolution, right? And we get more comfortable about it. It's selfish if you don't promote, if you're really here to serve, and if you really want to help more people. Mm. So I want to pause there because I want that to sink in. If you're not promoting your business, if your intent for your business is to serve, and yet you're not telling people about it, you're doing your clients and your potential clients a disservice. So you have to get out there and tell more people what you can help them with. Does that make sense?
Oh, God, yes. Come on. I'm loving this. I can stop right there.
Okay, let's just walk away.
The interview is over. We all have gifts and talents, okay? And we were made on purpose for a purpose. And there's always someone out there that needs your services. And so that's where you become, I think, frustrated, or you're not walking in your purpose. And then that's where, depression and different things can set in, because look, you're not doing what you was called to do on this earth.
Exactly. And it's a mindset shift, right? Like once you start thinking like, hey, I'm being selfish because I'm not promoting, you start showing up more and you start to actually start making traction in your business. And then you start wanting to do it some more because you're seeing the success stories of the lives you've changed and the difference you're making with people. So yes, go promote.
Do it, ladies. It is not selfish. Yeah. So most people want to become an entrepreneur for the freedom that it gives you and being in control of your schedule and the extra time you have or you think you'll have. What are some lessons that you've learned when it comes to promoting?
I think it's one of the things we've talked about. Like you're never ready, right? And you're never going to be perfect the first couple times you do it. So with practice, you should really get out there and see what it's like. You can plan all day. And so like for me, I came from an IT background and we do project management and stuff like that. But you always go out there and validate to see if what you put on paper matches what people want, what the market wants. So when you go out there and people are like, I'm confused, what is it that you offer? Or I'm confused, I don't know what your pricing are. And then you go back and investigate some more within yourself of, okay, like that felt wrong. And you have to keep learning those lessons because over time you start to really hone in on your skills and hone in on what you want to give out to the world and keep getting better and better, which then the journey keeps getting better and better.
Because it can be scary, and what I say is, turn your lessons into your message. Oh,
yes, exactly.
Okay.
That is good.
Use it as my next episode title. Yeah, because starting and growing a business, I don't know, it just gives you many invaluable lessons. But another lesson that I would like to say that I've learned is never sacrifice your health or your self-care. Nothing is more important than your health and your well-being.
Yeah, that's, the freedom-based lifestyle is always going to be something that people are like, oh, I want that. But then you get on that side and it's just like, okay, I'm going to get there someday. It's always going to be someday if that's your mentality. The whole thing is like you have a freedom to be like, oh, I don't feel well. Like I get migraines. So sometimes it's just one of those things that it's nice to have my systems in place because when I'm not feeling well, when I'm sick, my business is still working for me. I don't work for my business works for me. So again, it's a mindset shift.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. And at the end of the day, yep, you're doing it because, like you said, the value of freedom. So yeah, I started mine because I want to make a difference, so that's my driver, helping others. It's just walking in your gifts and in your talents, and your gifts will make room for you.
For sure.
So most of us, you start our business because, like I said, we want to make a difference. But what comes next is learning all the technology out there, right? And then you start getting overwhelmed, and then you don't know what to do next. So, Diane, what advice would you give a new entrepreneur when it comes to promoting their business in the online world?
I love tech. So I have a computer science background, so I've never had a problem with overwhelm. I had a problem with trying to do it all. So I'll give you two different advice based on my experience and based on what my clients have come to me for. So based on my experience in terms of trying to do it all, don't. Go out there and focus on your zone of genius, focus on the reason you came in the online space for, on why you want to help people. With that in mind, if you are struggling with tech, reach out to someone who can help you get that set up. Because again, time is money, and having that energy to be spent elsewhere so that you can help more people is more valuable. On the flip side, if you are the person who is overwhelmed with tech and you feel like, okay, like this is too much, don't do it too difficult on yourself. Simplify it. You'll need less than you think you do. People have made 7-figure businesses with just a Google document and a PayPal link. So that's the minimum that you need, is for you to show up and to have some sort of like content, talk on lives, whatever you're comfortable with, and then have a way for people to pay you, because if you don't get paid, you don't got no business.
Yeah, I like that. Those are two easy things to do. Yeah. Yeah. My advice is don't be afraid to start small.
Yes.
You know, like for me, before I even set up all the technology and PayPal and everything, I was just doing in-person events and I was taking cash.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, is build the confidence and start doing it in person.
Yeah. And look, when I would invite people, I'm like, make sure you bring cash.
Self-promoting. That's to do it.
I was like, I am not going to let technology stop me. So I was like, bring cash. Yes. And then I think it was by my second event, I introduced PayPal. And then like the third event, look, I was gone then. I was taking credit cards, but start small. And you know what though, Diane, I did very well. I did very well at my live events. Yeah, and just taking cash,
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yep. Yep. Some other tips, ask for help, hire a VA, get a coach, And so I've done all those things now. I mean, like I said, I have everything set up. Yeah. Even now I go out and I'm doing vendor events, Diane. I would say probably 50% of the customers who purchase from me have cash.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good, because cash is king in the real world.
Yeah. And I was really shocked, but yeah, I still do about 50% in cash.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. And I had, like I said, I built my business starting off with that. So maybe they remember me from that. No.
I love that. Repeat buyers are the best.
Yeah, but I love what you're saying too, like set yourself up on Google and get the PayPal account. It's really easy and it's really inexpensive, the fees that they charge you, and it goes right into your account.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, let's talk about when is the best time to promote. So would you say before you have an offer or during your launch, or what would you say some other time?
That's a tricky question, I guess, because if you don't have an offer, you shouldn't necessarily create content quite yet, unless you have some sort of a kind of like an idea, right? If you have an idea of who you want to help, what you kind of want to help with, that's okay, because you're getting your feet wet. You're trying to see what kind of content resonates with your ideal potential clients, and keep doing market research, understanding what the gap in the marketplace and all that good stuff. So keep promoting. Like pretty much all of my Instagram posts, I have my link in my bio and all that stuff in my YouTube and all those places, right? Because people stalk you. They might not engage with your post, but they are watching. So when you show up to do an interview, when you show up to do, all of those different things in different places, promote. Not necessarily just to be like, okay, I have this one offer. If you don't have an offer yet, just be like, okay, book a call with me or go stalk me on social media. There's always different quote unquote offers you can present that might not be an offer. You always want to move them to the next level of your business to continue to build that like trust factor. So people get caught up with sales funnels, but at the end of the day, sales funnels is really just about your buyer's journey and you showing up to keep moving them, to keep serving them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, Diane, did you experience any challenges in 2020? And if so, what were some of the challenges that you faced?
Oh my gosh, I think we all did. It's like, what's 2020? I already forgot. I already put that out of my mind. Personally, I felt like I struggled with the connectivity piece and being disconnected with the world, because I took about 20 months traveling all over really the world. So I got to go to like 20 different places in 20 months before COVID hit. And so when that happened, I was really glad and I felt really blessed that I had the opportunity to do that. So given all of that, when the world shifted, it's just like, okay, I'm glad I did that, but now what? Like now I feel like I can't do those opportunities anymore and whatnot from my personal stuff, because again, freedom-based lifestyle, that's what I wanted to do. And on the business side, that is also when I started to create a business plan for my business. And it's just like, all the stuff that I just poured into this plan is now thrown out the door. And let's just go with it, because no one knows what's going to happen this year. And so that really helped me open up my eyes and my mindset in terms of an entrepreneur mindset of create some sort of a roadmap, but don't necessarily have a blueprint, because you have to enjoy the journey along the way and appreciate all the lessons learned.
They said you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Exactly. It's a 4-letter word.
Yes, that's why I always tell my ladies to be flexible. Have your little strategic plan, but yes, be flexible. Exactly. The most valuable resource that you have is time, because it's the one thing that you just never get back. And how you spend your precious moments on this earth is so important. And they must go beyond your business, And so for me in 2020, I took a lot of time to reflect and just appreciate the time that I have left on this earth. I started journaling. I started selling journals, because I'm just grateful for every day that I have. And I've always been an encourager, because that's one of my gifts. But after 2020, I'm even more charged up to help women go after their dreams and just grow their business. I was like, tomorrow's not promised. Let's do it. Do you need some assistance with getting that big breakthrough in your business? Well, I know how you feel. I used to struggle with technology. Oh, I was so frustrated with all the sales funnels out there. But you know what? I've put together a free webinar entitled How Female Entrepreneurs Can Build a Profitable Business Online Without Complicated Sales Funnels or Killing Themselves on Social Media. Even if you've been struggling to grow your business for years and you haven't seen much fruit, I'm going to help you get crystal clear on your marketing message, and I'm going to help you turn strangers into clients. Also, I'm going to help you find your ideal client and how to have them bending over backwards to work with you. Also, I'm going to help you pick the perfect marketing strategy for your business. So if you are tired of spinning around and around on the hamster wheel and you want to grow a profitable and sustainable business, join me on my webinar. I was like, tomorrow's not promised. Let's do it. But because I've seen a few of my friends have so many regrets.
Right. Yeah. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Because they was like, oh, I'm going to do this. But I was like, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Let's do it. And they're just waiting, and I was like, you know what? You need to share that imperfect. I say I'm perfectly imperfect.
Love that. I have a shirt that says that. I gotta tell you this.
Yes, I am. That's one of the reasons why people like to work with me, I guess. But I like that you're a little quirky too, and you have a personality, and this show is exuding even with us talking on this episode.
Yeah. And I think that is really what's going to, like for people listening, that's what's going to help elevate your brand. We talked about brand earlier, is have a personality. Don't just be vanilla. And people don't buy information or transformation. They want to work with you because it's you. Yeah. There's so many other people who does similar things out there. It's really noisy online space, but they really want to work with you because they resonate with you. And the people that don't resonate with you, be okay with it. You can't please everybody because you really want to show up well for the people that resonate with you.
Oh, yes. How can we contact you?
Thank you for asking. So my website and all of my social media handles, I try to make it easy for people, is Passion Breakthrough. So passionbreakthrough.com or at Passion Breakthrough at Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn. If you're ever on any of those spaces, I'm mostly on Instagram and Facebook. So those are the spaces that I like to hang out in. So please drop by, say hi if you do stalk me, and let's be friends.
Yes, I love your content that you put out. I follow you on Instagram and Facebook.
Thank you. Yes, I believe we met through a Facebook group. So I love that.
Yes, yes. And so, I love that you said that. Talk about that just a little bit. It's so important to network.
Yes. Oh my gosh, like I'm doing so many collaboration projects because I love it. It's so much fun to meet other people who are also making a difference in the world. And did I say A or one? And B, or number two, it really helps you tap into other people's audience because again, you want to get your message out there. You want to help more people. So not being stuck in my own little bubble or my vacuum of keep yelling in my own room by myself. Yeah. And just having all of your genius out there and have more people to be able to see you. And then they refer other people and then they refer other people. And so it's just like, it becomes a really happy universe.
It does. And you ladies, I'm telling you, go on people's podcasts, get in networking, Facebook groups and different social media groups. It does work. You'll be surprised. I don't even go a lot of times just to attract people or to sell something. People just start hitting me up in the chat.
I know it's amazing when they start to come to you and you're like, I don't know, like let's touch base like in a month because but to your point though, you have to get out there and get visible and get yourself known. I remember my first podcast, I was like hyperventilating and I had to do like jumping jacks beforehand. And so I just want you guys to know, if it's your first time, if you've never done it before, start small, kind of like what Joy said, and give it a try. Like people are not gonna notice it as much as you feel like the world is going to really point at you and laugh. It's not gonna be like that at all.
No. But when you go back and watch it back, you're like, oh, it wasn't so bad. Okay, I can do this. That's what I found the couple times. Yeah.
I try not to watch myself anymore. So there's pros and cons to both. The first few times I did, and once in a while I do when I want to learn about what I can improve. But when I'm not in a learning mood, I'm just like gonna cringe, and it's gonna prevent me from taking more imperfect actions. I suck. I don't want to do that again.
Okay, so half of the ladies will listen to you, and they probably won't go back and watch themselves. The other half will, because I learned so much. I go back and watch myself because I laugh at myself.
You have to be able to laugh at yourself, because if you're not gonna take it lightly, no one else will. You're doing your business too hard. You're being too hard on yourself, and don't do it.
Yes, and I've been asked to interview people. I've gotten subscribers, and so I go, okay, I'm doing something right. And thank you to all of my subscribers. I love it. Yes, I love that they come on the show, they comment, and they tell us what they like. And hey, I'm only called to serve a portion of the universe. So thank goodness God didn't give me everybody.
Oof. Yes.
I know, huh? What a relief.
I can think of a few people.
Yes, he only gave me a few people. Hey, and I'm going to serve them and we're going to have so much fun. And so I just thank you so much for coming on the show. You've been awesome. What is one thing you would like to leave with people before we wrap?
Just one thing, keep showing up, keep doing you, and everything I guess that's three things. Everything that we talked about here, take it for what you want to get out of it, because your business is yours alone. You're the CEO. You get to make a decision of what you let in, what you implement for yourself, because you're in control.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really enjoyed talking to you today.
It's so fun. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Well, this concludes episode 36. I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Diane. Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you for dropping all of those awesome nuggets on us. All right, everyone, have a blessed day. Have a blessed rest of the week. And we will see you back here on another episode of Living. Bye-bye.